Hello everybody, Cal Kimmy, and here I am, about to finish the last of my book talk of Percy Jackson and the Olympians, that Titan's Curse. I'm on chapter 16 right now. You see how many pages I have left? You see how many? I'm pretty much done with this, and I told y'all that once I reach the end of this book, I would come back. And here is the lowdown on what has happened so far. So Thalia is gone. I mean, not Thalia. Sorry. Wrong name. Bianca is gone. There is this thing where there is this ginormous giant made of metal that was I'm trying to remember how to say his name. Some of these god names are so freaking hard to pronounce. I swear it's impossible to pronounce. But anyway, it was the god who is the husband of Aphrodite. Anyway, yeah, they went to his junkyard, and there was this giant. And because Thalia had taken a mini statue of a god that she wanted to collect for Nico, the giant started chasing them and slashing his sword all around, trying to obviously kill them. And Thalia sacrificed herself to, to get control of the monster and make it stop. And now she is gone. Why do I keep saying Thalia? I meant Bianca. Yeah, so Bianca tried to get control of the monster and everything, and now Bianca is gone. And, well, you see, everybody's in disarray about that. But especially Zoe, because she feels like she pushed her too hard. Because she wanted Zoe to take her place. Because, after 1,000 years, she just doesn't feel like Zoe doesn't feel like she's up to it anymore. And she feels like that Bianca would have been the perfect person to be next in line. Because she seems like very powerful. So yeah, now she is gone, and now they are finally at San Francisco. They They had a little help from Zeus. He sent some statue angels to help them, be able to fly all the way to San Francisco. And, well, they had to deal with some skeletons again. But this time the skeletons got slashed. Right, before they had to deal with them again. So now we are at chapter 16. And unfortunately for Zoe has to go back to the garden where her family is to be able to transport the cow serpent who Percy named Bessie. It turns out Bessie is a boy. Anyway, yeah, he has to transport that cow servant to the garden in order to be able to get back to the, send it back to the camp. So here we are. Let's get to the first part. Now, obviously, Zoe does not want to go back to there because, she betrayed her family by helping out a hero. So, yeah, she is not very welcome there. And this chapter is called Meet the Dragon of Eternal Bad Breath. Well, that's reassuring. Oh, and by the way, what Bessie is really called is called the Orpheotartarus. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Taurus. I'm really trying to say it right. But you get my point. What I really want to know is how are they going to make him look? How well are they going to be able to do practical effects for this? Or CGI? It could be CGI too, but still. How are they going to show that cow serpent in this? In the TV show series, because yeah, Okay, now they're heading to the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, so now the winter solstice is tomorrow, so they are really running out of time. They gotta hurry. Wow, that is well, they need a car, obviously. I don't know how they're gonna get it, but they need it. Of course, yeah, of course. I should have known when Zoe said, you should know him. He's a hero that every guy admires. Of course, it's Hercules. You know what's ironic about that is actually I was thinking Hercules. I was like, look, the only god I can really think of that would be that highly praised would have to be Hercules, because he is known as one of the heroes that had to slay like 100 monsters and all that stuff, and still was able to still be a part of the world. Anyway, Percy sacrificed his coat. So now they're on their way off. I do love that Grover can speak. Cow serpent. Dude, we're in a life and death situation. Who cares if it's stealing? Seriously, Percy is like, I know this is like a life and death situation, but like I really don't want to have to steal a car. Get your priorities straight, dude. I knew Annabeth's dad would have to do the situation because they kept mentioning that he is moving to San Francisco. So I knew he was going to come back into this equation. And sure enough, she got a piece of paper with his address. Ah, okay. Well, they better get all this correct. Because if there's one thing I do want to see in the TV series, is obviously I want to see who they will cast to play Annabeth's dad and the stepmother and the two children. Who was it again? Matthew and what was the other one's name? Bobby? I think that was. Hang on. I just read it and I forgot that fast. Let me look up their names again. Yeah, it was Matthew and Bobby. I just hope they, cast them all right. They said the stepmother is a pretty Asian woman with red highlighted hair tied in a bun. That looks like that. I can imagine a gorgeous actress. So I just hope they be able to find somebody exactly like that. Although it would be hard. They'll probably have to get like a regular Asian actress, and just probably have to ask them that add, the makeup department will have to add the red highlights, because I will be surprised if they find an exact who is an Asian woman with red highlights. That would be really surprising. That would be really surprising. They're probably gonna have to do something in the makeup department, but still, that would be amazing if they found the exact person they were looking for. I really hope they do not change their design, because so far they have the character designs to a T. The only difference is just how their stories have gone so far. Annabeth is still really good, and I'm glad that Grover isn't always a complete and utter mess. And Percy, well, they did Percy perfect to a T. I gotta be honest, so far they're doing Percy very well. Let's see. Wow. Well, so far is what you expect from a study books. War toys. Okay, maybe not war toys. You wouldn't expect war toys. A huge table with miniatures, tanks, and soldiers fighting along a blue painted river with hills and big trees and stuff, and old-fashioned biplanes hung on strings from the ceiling, tilted at crazy angles like they were in the middle of a dogfight. Dang. Well, now I definitely want to see this being brought to life in the TV series. Seriously. And it's because they're writing a paper at the moment. Annabeth's father is a professor of military history. I didn't even know that was a curriculum or if they just added it, but still, that's interesting. Seriously, this dude was just about to just freaking ask Zoe everything so he can make sure that his set is accurate to the war. But they're like, focus, dude. Annabeth is in trouble. We need info. You see, here's how it is right now. Is he has an actual biplane. The reason why they moved there in the first place was because apparently one of his friends collects old World War I relics, and that's actually really cool. But yeah, I agree with them. Like they're trying to tell Annabeth's father, no, it is way too dangerous for a mortal to be a part of this situation. And let me tell you, I agree. They're trying to say that card would be just fine. Wow. Oh my gosh, and now they finally was able to convince him to give them the keys. And now they're arguing, being like, can't this thing go any faster? I can't control traffic. And then Percy's like, man, you do something like mother. I mean, I can imagine that. Trust me, I have some family members who act exactly like that when they're on the road, being like, get this going any faster, or unless you want to plow through traffic. I don't know how that's possible. And then obviously they both tell him to shut up. Wow, how about that? I didn't know this, but apparently dragons eat eucalyptus, just like koalas do. Now that's funny. There they are, heading for Mount Tampalus. I don't know how you say it. Like I said, these things are complicated. It is hard to pronounce them. That is why most people probably read the book while listening to the audiobook, so they can be able to figure out how to pronounce these things. But I am not one of those people. I do that with the Artemis. I am doing that with the Artemis Fowl books, but I am not doing that with the Percy Jackson books. I'm reading this all on my own. Wow. So this place is where the Great Titan War happened between the Titans and the gods. And you know, many of them got imprisoned. And this is the place where Cronus got sliced into pieces and thrown into Tartarus. And then here we go. It is both the mystical storm and the natural storm occurring as they get closer and closer. And then they see Luke's ship. What's it called again? The Princess Archer Medea. Medea. No, I think it's Medea. So, I have certain stuff behind it. Look, lightning flashed and Dr. Chase's Volkswagen erupted like a canary yellow grenade. That thing went. So, yeah, obviously that was the moment. It said, one shall perish by a parent's hand. Now you see why I hate the godparents. Zeus really just did that. Zeus seriously did. You're not helping me in this situation. Like, wow. Oh, great. Now Zoe disappeared. I mean, seriously. No. The way this sounds, I definitely know the prophecy. And it said, one shall perish at the hand of their parents. So, unless you know another parent that is trying to attack another child, I'm pretty sure that was Zeus trying to end Dahlia. Which makes no sense because he is the one in the first place who saved Dahlia by turning her into a tree. So, why the heck would he try and kill her? I don't get it. So maybe he's right. Maybe it was Cronus trying to trick her. Trying to trick her. Anyway, they get thicker into the mystery. I'm in the garden. Golden apples, a dragon. An apple tree, obviously. The apples of immortality. Apparently, it's Hera's wedding gift from Zeus. Of course it was. Zeus, I promise you, Zeus gotta be the most annoying god. Like, that dude has so many wives, it's ridiculous. Dude, why would you want to pluck one anyway? Trust me, you do not want to be immortal. Just stay in your normal mortal, have basic mortal life. Demigod life, you know what I mean. Yeesh. Smell. I'm so sorry, guys. Try to focus, but yeesh. They freaking really just called him his full name, freaking Percy Jackson. Just, please just say Percy. I hate it when they do the whole full name thing. That is always annoying. Anyway, they have met Zoe's sisters now in the story. Now, see, obviously the sisters don't want them going anywhere near their garden. They want them to bamboos. But obviously they're not going anywhere until they fulfill their quest. So Zoe is waking up the dragon with full confidence that nothing bad will happen. I don't know if this girl's lost her mind or what. Seems I haven't gotten heated yet, so I guess y'all aren't gonna see like an hour-long video. At least I don't hope you don't see an hour-long video. This doesn't look like that many doesn't look like that many pages left. Okay, so far so good. Nobody has died. So yeah, so there's trouble with the dragon, obviously. And They say the mountain fortress titans. It said, in the first war, Olympus and the Arthurians were the two rival capitals of the world. Arthurians was well, right now Zoe is hurt. So in the first one, the Olympians was blasted to bits. Obviously, I wonder how the heck is it here. It moves the same way Olympus moves. It always exists on the edge of civilization. But the fact it is here on this mountain is not good. Why? This is the Atlantis mountain where he holds up the sky. Oh boy, that's not good. This is about to get bad. Oh my god. They finally found Artemis. But this isn't good because this is indeed a trap. Just put whatever freaking, I don't know, reference picture I want to put by the side of my video because I'm not editing this. Sorry also that I didn't have the music like I said I was going to do in the last one.
Kanisha, you missed the meeting.
What?
Oh, you at your desk. I told her.
Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, back to the book. So where was I? Oh yeah, they found Artemis. But, you know, it's a trap. Her voice is strained. She was drenched in sweat. I had never seen a goddess in pain before. Sorry. But the weight of the sky was clearly too much for Artemis. Oh my gosh, that is bad. Oh guys, I'm almost at chapter 17. I'm about to be at chapter 17 right now. Zoe is crying, ran forward despite Artemis' protest and tugged at her chains. Here comes trouble. The general, Luke, and all of the other soldiers are all lucky. So the general we went for, yes, that is Atlas. And this is very unfortunate. Now Percy has figured out Atlas is Zoe's father. I already guessed that, but it's hilarious that Percy figures this out so freaking slowly. Here we are, chapter 17. Hang on, let me look at what the last chapter is. Let's see, there's chapter 18, chapter 19. These chapters are so low. I swear I still don't. Ah, I guess chapter 18 is the last one. So it won't take me that long. I mean, chapter 19. Didn't I say 19? You know what? Never mind. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What I'm just saying is, I am almost done with this thing. Hopefully, I finish it within an hour. Oh yeah, sure. Sure. They're the weaklings, I oh boy. Here we are. This is a spear. We finally found the two. We finally found Annabeth and Artemis. So obviously, Luke is trying to convince Thalia to join their side. Here comes the confrontation. Thalia, I really hope you make the right decision, cause it's seeming like you're acting like an idiot right now, and so far you have been a smart girl. A bit thick-headed, but a smart girl. And now Thalia has snapped out of it and is like, you're not Luke. I don't know who you are. And so she's like, I do not know you anymore, and I respect her for saying that. Oh, great. And now Percy's sword is gone. Just when he's in the middle of fighting Atlas. Yeah. Perfect time. Perfect time. Well, Percy just took the place of Artemis and is now holding the sky. Well, if this ain't the craziest sentence I have ever said, I don't know why. He is feeling like his bones are on fire. Why is it getting dark? Great. Now I'm gonna have to turn on the light. Because it's getting... Because right now, y'all can't see it because it probably looks bright to y'all. But guys, it's dark. It's getting dark right now. And I need light to see. Okay, that's better. I cannot have darkness right now. Okay, and now it's Luke, the battle's going on. Luke and Thalia fighting. Percy moved out of the way, and now Atlas is stuck holding the weight of the sky. And he is laying down. And now she kicked him off the hill. It was 50 feet. That dude is not moving. If he lives, that is amazing. But if he is dead, let me just say yes. Finally, that bastard is dead. I know what you're saying. But he was influenced by criminals. I don't care. He still went through it, even though half of his brain should have been like, you know he's gonna betray you in the end and totally kill you if you even say one thing wrong. So you're basically a slave to him. Oh my gosh. The dragon poison soap. Ooh. That's not good. Wow, the dad made it. Now that's crazy. Okay, so they escaped. Annabeth's dad came and helped them. It's amazing. Oh, Artemis summoned. It sure is. That's kind of similar to Santa's sleigh and her bravely saying, "Who do you think came? How do you think that legend started in the first place?" Oh, we're at chapter 10, guys. Oh, this is crazy. And what's not so crazy is this is so not gonna be 1 hour. It's already at 15 minutes, man. This dude is clever. He used some of Annabeth's weapons that she had left the last time she had visited and turned them into bullets. I can't wait to see that scene for season 3. That is gonna be so freaking bad. That's gonna be so cool. I swear. Well, this is terrible. Zoe is already almost accepting death. She even asked Artemis, did I serve you well? And she said, with great honor, the finest of my attendants. Oh my gosh, that are about to tear me up to pieces, man. I almost Oh, by the way, when they said it was going to be taken by the guy's hand, obviously, it's Zoe and Atlas. I should have known that. And here's where Zoe says, Zoe tells Thalia, maybe not all men are bad, as she looks at Percy. And it's like, you spoke the truth, Percy Jackson. You are nothing like Hercules. I am honored that you carry this sword. So he's gone. She's gone, guys. Last thing she says is stars. Give me a sec. Dude, I'm really trying to fight. I'm really trying to fight crying because that scene almost teared me apart. Well, now her constellation is in the stars for all to see. Yeah. Well, it is amazing. Anyway, Artemis has to hurry and get to the winter solstice, but she said she will give them some more. And Blackjack is back. Now, obviously, he knows how dangerous San Francisco could be, but he does tell her that you always will have Now they're flying off. Yes. Hang on a minute, guys. Stupid annoying thing was in my face. If he does survive somehow, it will be a miracle. But I think he does, because now that I think about it, I still remember the Percy Jackson books pretty well. Because, you know, immediately when they mentioned Ty in the book, I was like, wait, I know that character. Wasn't he like a psychopath or something? And boom, they purpose to me. My memory may be a little rusty, but I've been remembering the important parts. Like, even after all these years, I still remember Nico. I just didn't remember Bianca, who is his sister. Like, I knew he had a sister, I just did not remember her name. It's hilarious that I didn't remember her name. Please, we've known that from the beginning. If I didn't care about him then, what makes you think I'll care about him now? I don't even care if he sacrificed himself for the greater good. I don't care about that guy. Just like I don't care about Snape. You hear me? Both of them are on my blacklist. That would not be fair. That really would not be fair, Percy. But you know, some people, they end up alive even though you want them dead. It's how the universe works. Anyway, let's continue this. Seems the winter solstice has begun. Ooh, here we are, chapter 19. Ooh, yeah, flying above Zeus's palace. Now that is a recipe for disaster, I tell ya. The Empire State Building. I'd love to see that. So pretty much, they are about to drown that ship that freaking Luke and the others have been on to the bottom of the sea. Hephaestus? Yes, I think that's how you say it, Hephaestus. That's who I was trying to say before they went to the junkyard up. Ah, my neck. I'm almost done. It is all the gods and goddesses. The main ones that you think of when you think of Greek legend. Poseidon obviously was like, Ares, you better shut your mouth. We are not blowing my son to bits. Plus, he saved Artemis. Hello. And Zeus agrees, but he grumbled about it, saying, "Not nor my daughter. She has done well." And then Athena is going to tell. See, this is why I hate the godparents. They are flip-flop. Athena really do. Don't you dare act high above. You had a child too. Don't you act like you were high above this whole demigod thing. See, this is why I want to focus on more of the people who weren't claimed by their godparents. That's why I want to go more into those children. Because the thing is just straight up is like, and then she freaking calls Aries thick-headed, which she is. That is crazy though that Athena has the nerve. And what's even worse is Chase is still in love with her. You don't know who Chase is? That's Annabeth's dad. I can tell by the way he described her, he still loves her. And that is such a shame. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it's so seriously, those people are still arguing, being like, why should we trust Percy? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because he helped save Olympus. What is it, like 3 times already by now? And he was young as heck in the beginning. And it's been. He has 2 years left. Y'all guys can't let that stupid prophecy go. Y'all still acting like he's gonna be the greatest villain of all time. This ain't no freaking. Okay, it's kind of similar to Harry Potter, but you know it's Greek gods and everything. But still, he is not about to start some war. The only reason this war is starting in the first place is just because y'all decided to take down Kronos in the first place. That is the only reason any of this is happening. Percy has nothing to do with this. He is helping to stop this. So I don't know why y'all are trying to make Percy out to be the bad guy. He ain't the ding dang bad guy in this situation. What are y'all up to? I'm sorry. And I'm so glad that Poseidon finally was like, no, I am protecting this queen. I am protecting Bessie. You know what I mean? Because I can't, because I do have the power to protect him. Well, they decided not to destroy Bessie, and Poseidon will put him in an aquarium for now, and they will all help protect him. And also, you know, they won't destroy Percy and his friends. Yeah, so here's the thing. Luke is still alive. I know that bastard wouldn't stay dead. They're not exactly sure how he's still alive, but yeah, he's alive.